There are few things more unsettling than having your car die on the side of the road. One minute you're cruising along thinking about dinner, work, or whether you remember to charge your phone. The next, you're sitting on the shoulder of a highway, hazards blinking, wondering whether that weird noise was actually a warning sign you should have taken seriously. The 1997 thriller and this week's episode, Breakdown, starring Kurt Russell, takes that ordinary nightmare and turns the volume all the way up. Jeff and Amy Taylor are driving cross-country to begin a new life in San Diego when their SUV breaks down in the middle of nowhere. A passing truck driver and seemingly good Samaritan stops, offers help to drive them into town to get help. Jeff stays behind with the vehicle, and then Amy disappears. What follows is every roadside driver's nightmare compressed into one very bad day. Thankfully, your car breaking down does not have to become a Kurt Russell action movie. If you find yourself with a broken down car, the smartest thing to do is surprisingly simple. Prioritize your safety before you worry about your car. If your vehicle is still moving, get it as far away from traffic as safely possible. Pull onto the shoulder or another safe location, turn on your hazards, and keep your seatbelt on, then assess the situation. Can you safely remain in the vehicle? Are you somewhere with heavy traffic, poor visibility, extreme weather, or other hazards? If you're in an unsafe location, getting yourself away from immediate danger is more important than protecting the vehicle. Next, call for roadside assistance or emergency vehicle services if the situation is dangerous. If you have a roadside assistance plan, use it. If you don't, call a reputable towing agency. And here's where Breakdown offers a particularly useful lesson. Be careful about accepting help from strangers. Now, I want to be very clear. That doesn't mean that every person who stops is secretly plotting to ruin your day. Most people who stop are decent human beings. True story, a few weeks ago, I was in a similar situation. My car broke down along the 45. Luckily, I was able to steer onto the shoulder and contact emergency services. While I was waiting, a good Samaritan stopped and offered me a bottle of water. Mind you, it was 95 degrees out and I was in a convertible. They offered me a bottle of water. I thanked them. They went on their way, and about 5 minutes later, a reputable towing company stopped, gave me a tow, and I was safely on my way. In Breakdown, they did not have the same experience. If someone shady offers you help, you can simply say, "Thank you, I've already called for assistance." That's not rude, that's smart. And hey, if you need to leave your vehicle, take your phone, your identification, medications, and other essentials. Remember, vehicles can be replaced, you cannot. And Breakdown works because it takes a mundane fear. What if my car breaks down somewhere remote and asks a much scarier question? What if the person who offers to help isn't who they appear to be? Now, in the world of 1997's Breakdown, before Google Maps, smartphones, and the knowledge we have today of human trafficking, we had AAA, the roadside assistance service that Jeff and Amy could have purchased ahead of their cross-country journey. Once their car broke down, they could have walked the 5 miles to Bell's Diner, called, and then waited for legitimate help to arrive. Once there, they would have been safely on their way to their new life in San Diego. But the real life takeaway isn't to become paranoid every time your check engine light comes on. It's to have a plan. Keep your phone charged, know your roadside assistance plan, carry basic emergency supplies, and let someone know where you're headed on long trips. And if something feels wrong, trust your gut. The best outcome when your car breaks down isn't getting the car running again. It's getting yourself somewhere safe. So in these modern times, What would you do if your car broke down on a deserted highway? And what is your plan of attack of returning to safety? So go ahead and give the subscribe button a honk of the horn so you never miss a thing. We have had so much fun bringing you Action August, and now we return to our normal slate of programming with My Big Fat Greek Wedding. We love bringing you new episodes every Thursday, so be sure to subscribe to the Real Relationships podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts, and follow us on all of the socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Instagram. Stay safe, keep your car maintained, and we'll see you soon.